Welcome into our Premier Division Reserves Grand Final broadcast. We are here, and you can hear maybe through the effects mic, the fans getting a bit rowdy. We'll have the Resi's lineups jog out onto Bayswater Oval soon. Here come Rowville, and they'll be followed shortly by the likes of East Ringwood as we're getting ready for our Reserves Grand Final decider. It's Christopher Cordes here on the microphone. Joining me beside me is doing a bit of relief commentating at the moment, Paulie Cody. Paul, coming off the under 19.5 Grand Final, how are you?
Yeah, good. Great to be here, always on Premier Grand Final day as Rowville coming out onto the grounds.
We're in for a good one as well. I think, you know, it's as good as it is to get an underdog story going in the final series. You do want your best two teams facing off in any competition, really. That's what we've got for you today in the reserves comp, as Rowville are just going through the motions and getting into their warm-ups. We'll take you through your form guide so far for this season finale. Is for East Ringwood, who I'm sure will be running out soon. They finished the home and away season on top of the ladder with 64 points. And they had a record of 16-2 in the home and away seasons. We can see them running out now in the blue and white strip. So they're ranked second for points for, first for points against. Very strong defense in there. They won last year's grand final against Blackburn by 12 points, so they'll be looking to do the double, go back to back. And their only two losses in the regular season actually came against Rowville in round 9 and round 18, of course. But when it mattered in the second semi-final, first week of the postseason, we had East Ringwood getting the better of Rowville, 51-30 on that occasion. And so you look to the other side of things in the gold, the brown and gold, it's Rowville. They finished second, also on 64 points, but just knocked off the minor premiership due to percentage and what ended up being around an 80% gap, which was quite something. But they lost in the 2024 preliminary final to Blackburn by 16 points, so they've got one step further this time around. And their only losses came to Noble Park in a bit of a surprise upset in round 10, and then Blackburn later on in round 14. So they've had to go the long way in this postseason, winning the first qualifying final against Blackburn by a point. They won the fourth quarter 26-0 in an absolutely barnstorming finish. Of course, fell short to East Ringwood in the second semi-final, and then demolished Blackburn 100-16 in the first prelim. We're getting ready to go. We had the under 19.5 grand final just before us. Paul, do you want to give us a quick run through of how that went?
Yeah, it was a big win in the end, a dominant performance by the Burners. They won by 40 points in the end. Blackburn 9-11-65 to Vermont 3-7-25. It was from about midway in the first quarter where Blackburn really stamped their authority, and then after half, it was only 15 points at half time, but then in the second half they kicked away from Vermont, and yeah, they won their fifth under 19.5s premiership in a row. So
5 straight.
It's unbelievable.
My goodness. So certainly the benchmark of the Premier Division, I guess you can say junior competition in the under 19.5s, is quite impressive to go 5 straight. I haven't heard of any team do that across any competition across the EFNL so far. But thanks for joining us on our YouTube stream. Drop in the comments below who you're watching for, who you're following, where you're watching from, if you'd like, as we're getting ready here at Bayswater Oval in what is a day that looks very nice weather. I mean, it's a little bit overcast, but as long as the rain stays away, we'll be okay. How was the surface looking out there before, Paul? Was there any noticeable change in the under 19s game?
The surface, yeah, no, it's a really good surface out there, you know, and it was just yeah, looking in here, yeah, it doesn't seem to be too much of a difference here. It's a really good looking deck out here at Bayswater Oval.
Of course it is, and if you've got nothing to do on this Saturday Arvo, you're waiting for the AFL prelim later on tonight, then by all means come on down to Bayswater Oval. We've got, of course, this Reserves Grand Final for you, which will kick off shortly, and then following
then
that,
the big one.
Yes, the big one. That's indeed the big dance. Is the Premier Division Senior Men's Grand Final. That will be Bowen taking on Blackburn in what will be a very, very interesting one. Third takes on second there. So I think that's the first Grand Final we've had across our senior competitions in the EFNL, which hasn't had the minor premiers in it. So that'll be a very, very interesting
Blackburn
one there.
won the minor premiership.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
They did. My place.
Yeah.
So
No, it's
third
all-
versus first, of course. So it was. I'll tell you what. If you had looked at it through midway through the season, you wouldn't have tipped that East Ringwood wouldn't be in the grand final. But that's the way the cards are falling.
And one thing I have noticed in the senior grand finals so far is that the team that has won the second semi-final has gone on to lose the grand final. So so that's a very interesting trend.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, you know, barring the Division 1 grand final that we had last week between Park Orchards and South Belgrave, it's been all the lower ranked sides for like the sides that have finished lower on the table in the regular season have gone on to take out the premiership glory. So of course it was in Division 4 it was Whitehorse, Division 3 it was Scoresby, Division 2 on Turner South, and then the trend breaker, the circuit breaker if you will, in Division 1 South Belgrave minor premiers, and adding the major premiership to that as well. So they'll be playing their footy in the Premier Division in 2026, as I think everybody's just starting to take their places and get settled for the pre-match proceedings, which we'll go to soon. We'll just wait for the teams to
Good afternoon all.
line up, and we'll cross over to that now.
On behalf of the Eastern Football Netball League, welcome to Bayswater Rowville for the 2025 Premier Division Reserves Grand Final between East Ringwood and Rowville Football Clubs. Congratulations and best of luck to both sides. Your umpires for today's games are in the field, Riley Alabaster, Max Worthy and Tyler Hunt. Your boundary umpires, Nathan Cousins, Seb Lazaro. And your goal umpires for today, Ash Price and Rory Conlon. If you can you please be upstanding with the players and umpires for the Australian National Anthem. Good luck to both teams, and of course, may the best team win.
Well, there you have it, the national anthem there. And on grand final day, it certainly does get the heart beating, doesn't it, Chris?
That's exactly right. Gets the blood pumping, really sets the tone for the rest of the day. And as we have a bit of time now, as we're getting the banners and whatnot in the Premiership Cup off the field, we'll go through tips. So I've been told to shout out on stream Blake Tennant, our very own, who is calling this game. But his tip is East Ringwood by 15 points. He made sure that I called that out on stream. So I'm going to go East Ringwood as well. I'm going to back them by, I'm going to say 10 points. Paul, you're going to split the difference? You're going to stay with the trend? What are you going to do? I'm
going to split the difference, I reckon. I'm going to go Ringwood by about 8 points, I reckon. Righto,
so it'll be a very interesting one, especially given, you know, we saw Rowville got the best of East Ringwood twice throughout the home and away season, and then it was East Ringwood that won the second semi-final. But then, I mean, for Rowville to come back and absolutely dismantle Blackburn to the tune of 84 points is definitely something that you can't look behind in terms of momentum going into this game. But We can only speculate so far before the ball is bounced, which we will have the ball bounce very soon. As we'll take you through a few names to look out for in this matchup. Leading goal kickers for the East Ringwood Roos, Zachary Chilachek with 27 goals in 19 games. James Monks also with 27, but in just the 15. And then their highest best on the ground vote pollers is Will McRae with 12 in 16 games, and Billy Gleeson with 8 in the 18 matches. And on the other side of things for Rowville, it's Tate Scrivenos leading the goal kicking and the times in best charts. 29 goals in 15 games to go along with 9 times in best. And he's backed up by Lockie McCarthy, who's contributed 18 goals in 18 games, and Brody Herkus with 8 times in best in the 16 games. So we're just about ready to get going here in Bayswater Oval for our Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. It will be East Ringwood kicking to the left of your screen. As the ball's held aloft, and we are just about ready to get underway as the rucks will go at it. It's brought out for the ruck for Lockman of Rowville. They'll look to win the first clearance. Doing a bit of defending work is Isaac Delaney. His kick fell short, fell right into the hands of Phipps. Phipps now just assessing his options, has a lead up target at the top of the square. Will go over the back. Big mark taken already. Rowville with a chance to open the scoring, and it's that man we just mentioned in Tate Scrivenos. "29 goals in the season. In the best 9 times, as we just heard, and he just got out the back of his man and leapt highest to bring it down with him. So he'll kick from about 15 out, little to no angle. It should be all academic from here. On the right boot, Rowville with the opener. It's exactly the start the Hawks would have wanted. As they open the scoring, 1-6 plays East Ringwood yet to score after 1 minute.
Yeah, great start there by Rowville getting the first clearance out of the middle. It's just the start you want in a grand final, to get the early nerves out. There'll still be early nerves, obviously, but you know, to get the first goal on the board, you feel a bit better in the early stages.
No, that's exactly right, and it all came off the work of this man in the ruck, Lockman. He just took it out, but this time the clearance goes the way of Ryan Webster for the Roos. Gets it inside forward, 450, I'll call it. Swarmed upon immediately and tackled, so we'll have a ball up. I have a few grounds across the Eastern Football Netball League that are 45-metre arcs, but no, out here at Bayswater we do have the 50s. So a bit more traditional as Chilachek in the ruck. He's going to be beaten by Lockman. He just grabs it out again, throws on the left boot. It's a clearing kick out to the wing. Now going in pursuit of the footy is Jake Edwards. He'll go backwards so that his teammate can go forwards. And now the Hawks look forward by foot. They go down the wing, marking contest under it is Scrivenos. Looking to burst out around the side is Flakemore. Couldn't quite get there. Well defended by the Roos. They'll have a bit more work to do now as they go forward through O'Connor. O'Connor down the line, and he finds a teammate who marks in Ryan Webster. So we'll just assess his options now. Webster, and eventually just look to take territory with the kick. Fell short though. Intercept mark Lockman, who's been very good so far today. And he's taken charge of this Premier Division Reserves Grand Final.
So Lockman goes down the line here to a contest. Rowville look to keep it alive here through Edwards. East Ringwood have numbers in defence, just fumbled there, socket off the ground there. As it's inside 50 for the Hawks, numbers in defence for the Roos. Kicked out there by Fitzgerald, and a mark is taken there by Corfey. So Corfey, inside 50, here's a mark on, punched out there by Langenberg, and it'll be a stoppage in the attacking 50 of the Hawks.
So we'll have a boundary throwing coming in shortly. It's still Rowville, 6 points to the good as we go 3.5 played. Scrivenos out of the ruck, right foot snap, Goldwoods, and he's just pulled it to the right hand side. So just a minor score on that occasion. The Hawks, though, just doing well to lock the ball inside their forward half thus far. So we brought back in by the Roos. They just look to play on from the kick in. Send it long to a target. Sitting under it was Seymour. He couldn't quite take it, but now East Ringwood get the ball out wide and have a bit of room to run. A bit of time and space to work with here. Go up the line. Had to stand tall was Jai Clark. He got bumped off the footy. Whistle blown, though. There's a free kick, and it will be going the way of Clark. So Clark can just assess his options now. Slow play down a bit. Just used to dictate the tempo as... Gee, kick came off the side of the boot. He didn't catch that at all as well as he would have liked to. Intercept mark is taken by Michael Barracks. Barracks just returns to sender, looks to the edge of the arc. It's Clark over the top. Going to the footy was Will McRae, bursting through now, whistle blown. Advantage paid and mark taken there by Archie Stainthorpe, who looks down the line. Under it is Flakemore on the lead. Took the mark, went off his line, so the call is play on. Looks inside forward 50. Had a lead-up option in Scrivenos, and Scrivenos takes the mark.
Been dangerous early, Scrivenos, hasn't he?
That's exactly right, and we can see why he's been putting up these numbers in both the goals and best on votes tallies so far this season. As Flakemore, it allows him, as he gets further up the field, it allows Scrivenos to play one-on-one with his man. And he's gone to the best of that matchup so far. So from 40 out, tight angle. Kick will drop short. It was in the hand of the defender. And he's been paid the mark, Michael Barracks. Go down as his second intercept mark, I believe, for this game. Kicked it into the man on the mark. That's one that he'll want back for sure. Has had a lot of work to do now, do the defence, and it's gone out for a boundary throwing. But there is a free kick that's been found for Barracks once more. So a chance for him to get it past the man on the mark on this occasion, surely. So he'll just put it on the left boot, look down the line. No real winner of the footy just yet, and wrapped up immediately on true centre wing on the far side of Bayswater over. So we'll have a ball up as Ryan Laffin was taken in the tackle. Rucks will go at it. It's Lockman winning out again. He's been very good so far. Bringing it out was Jonty Duffy. They'll look to go backwards to go forward. It wasn't Duffy, my apology. It was Alex Frawley in there. He's now got the footy back and reckons he's copped one high, but the umpires found a free kick in there for East Ringwood. So the Roos go forward. Nearly a big mark taken over the back from Riley Link. And then the footy dropped in the hands of Max Baines, who was wrapped up and was pinned for holding the ball. So Rowville doing well so far. Free kick goes the way of Link, the man that flew in the contest. He'll look down the line, 3v1 in favour of East Ringwood. Through the hands of Lawson. He couldn't quite take it cleanly. Doing some work is Barracks again. Lawson, handball just hit the ground. And now the target was O'Connor, but he turns tackler as he's wrapping up his opponent. So you've gone nearly 7 gone, and it's 7 points to 0 as Rowville leads so far.
So just outside the attacking 50 of the Hawks, cleared away by East Ringwood, but Rowville look to turn it over again. As here's the 21 in Lockman, and it goes out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in the middle ground here, just forward of, no, it's a free kick going the way of Lockman, and now Rowville will go backwards to go forwards. A big high kick in the attacking 50, and say in the safe hands of Llewellyn. So East Ringwood look to clear it out of defensive 50 here, and they look to go from defensive 50 to into their attacking 50. Bounces away, taps forward. Is there an opportunity for the Roos? Bounces inside 50s, it's still on. Last line of defence by Rowville. Can they rush it through? Still alive! Smothered there. And there was some nervous moments there for Rowville. And it goes out of play for a stoppage deep in the attacking 50 for East Ringwood.
Gee, well, how's the goal line smothered? A bit of last-ditch defending there, saved the goal.
Certainly was. So here's an opportunity for East Ringwood. A kick time near by Pika, and a mark is taken by Matthews. And he will line up for East Ringwood's first of the grand final. Sam Matthews, who this year he's played 4 games, hasn't kicked the goal this year. He's only played the 4 games this year in the reserve, Sam Matthews. So for this, to get And their first of the grand final. The kick is on the way to the right, and it's their first score, which is a minor. East Ringwood 1 behind to Rowville 1-1-7. We've gone 9 minutes in this first quarter.
So it will be the Hawks to bring the footy back into play. As we'll just await for them to do so. We've got someone watching from Dubai.
Wow.
Shout out Liam Koenig there. It's probably the person watching from the furthest away for our Resi's grand final here in Premier Division as they look wide down the line. Footy wound up in the hands of Seymour. Seymour looks inside to Barracks. Cutting it off well there was Linton. Linton goes forward for Rowville. He's got Flakemore. The footy's ahead of him. Can take it. Look to burst away from one. Got a handball off. There's a chance now. Scrivenos can get to the ball. Soccers it off the ground. And it's just gone wide for the behind. Just not quite there. The view from Lake Centris as well. A Noble Park man, but chewing in nevertheless to just enjoy a good game of footy that I'm sure that we'll have in front of us. So too are multiple people around the ground. We're still filling out the crowd, as I'm sure we'll almost double it by the time the seniors grand final gets on. But kick out, Scrivenos flies, so too did Clark. Fell in the hands of McRae. McRae gets it to a teammate in Webster. Webster goes one further forward. It's affected in there by number 54 in Toomey, but he gave away the free kick. James Monks now for the Roos, goes forward. His target was Krienborg, or Krienborg I should say, and footy's made its way over the boundary line and out for a boundary throw-in.
So deep inside the attacking 50 here for the Roos. Both rucks go at it. And it's still alive. It goes out of play. We hope you are enjoying this broadcast right across the planet, wherever you're watching. So we'll have another stoppage here. So, fans call for ball there as East Ringwood keep it alive. High up in the air. Is there a mark on? Mark there was nearly taken in defence for Rowville. And it'll be another ball up. So Jai Clark nearly taking that intercept mark. And we'll have a stoppage. Another opportunity for East Ringwood. Lone tap there by Weir. And we'll do it all again. Crowd still building here on what is the biggest day of the EFNL calendar. A kick towards goal and misses to the right. And another minor for East Ringwood. They get it to one score the difference. Rowville 1-2-8 to East Ringwood 2 behinds. 12 minutes gone first quarter.
So we'll see if the Hawks elect to use the wing again. They found some success going down that far side, and they will do as McCarthy takes the kick in, but this time it falls into the hands of Gleeson. Gleeson just returns to sender, and standing under the footy all alone is Lachlan Toomey. So Toomey will just chip a kick down the line, find his teammate. It's played a bit slow. Rowville looking to just chain together some uncontested marks as they find another one in Mitchell Jago. Jago will just go one further. Anam Suleimani with the ball now. Suleimani just goes one further. So just 4 or 5 short chip kicks, just inching the ball closer and closer, further upfield. And now they'll elect to go long. Pack forming under it. Few flyers for the Roos, who's going to come out with a footy. No clear winner of it just yet, as now it's in the hands of Crozier. Crozier ripped to ground and is awarded the free kick for the dumping tackle. So here's Mitchell Crozier. Just be looking forward of the footage, directing traffic a bit. Doing a lot of pointing, so we might be waiting for...
Someone might be coming off under blood rule,
yeah,
maybe.
I'd assume that's what it would be. Either that or it's the longest mark timer that we've ever seen in a game of footy. But no, I'm sure someone's making their way off, so we will resume play shortly for Crozier to take this kick, as we'll do so right now at that. And he'll just look to punt the ball forward. He'll drop just short of the 50 mark out the front of the pack. And The mark is taken for the Roos. James O'Connor goes one further. He's got the lead-up option of McRae, who flew, couldn't quite get there. There's a whistle's been blown, and it is the free kick going to Will McRae. Not quite sure if it was an infringement in the contest or for the afters from Lachlan Toomey. But a chance now for Will McRae to get the first one in the books and to even up the ledger here in the Reserves Grand Final. 22 goals in the season. He's been in the best 12 times. As he'll be kicking on not an easy angle for a right footer, it must be said, but good news for him, it's only from about 20 metres out. So McRae, a few steps in from the boundary line. 20 metres out. To even the score here in the Premier Division Reserves Grand Final, it's Will McRae, and he's pulled it wide. So East Ringwood just letting these chances go begging. As we're ticking over just about 15 minutes gone. It's East Ringwood 0-3-3 to Rowville 1-2-8.
Been a real tight struggle in this first quarter, which is what you want to see in a grand final as the umpire calls for it to come back. It's McCarthy. Just taking his time, kicks it short, finds Cronin, and the umpires, they're just calling for it back here. I don't know what's going on, but there we go. So we'll go for a third time here. Big kick there, down the middle, mark nearly taken, but Rowville go through the corridor, but East Ringwood have the numbers just, but doesn't mark it here. Being tackled there was Flakemore, and the umpire says it's going to be a ball up and a bit of push and shove early in this grand final. And it's a free kick going to Rowville. So I think it was for the little altercation there. Inside 50 for Rowville, one-on-one contest. Clearing it away was O'Connor. Now it's Corfey. Corfey's just assessing his options. Is there a mark on here? Nearly, not quite. It will go out of play deep in the attacking 50 of the Hawks. They lead 1-2-8 to East Ringwood at 3 behinds. Now it's a real even nil-all draw in that stoppage, and we'll do it all again.
So another ball up here. So we're ticking over to just about 17 played as the rucks will go out at Scrivenos, gets the tap down, it's centred goal. And how is that for the effort there? Just thrown immediately on the left boot and sailing through the big sticks. A goal out of the stoppage before you could even blink as Scrivenos went up in the ruck. And it's Rowville's number 15, who we don't have on our team sheet, which means we won't have him on Play HQ, unfortunately. If anyone does know who that is as they're watching along, please drop it down in the comment section, as we can only go off the sheets that we've been given by the teams. But nevertheless, whether we know who it is or if we don't, it's Rowville 2-2-14, now opening up an 11-point lead over East Ringwood, who are 0 goals, 3 behinds for just the score of 3 as Lockman will go at it again in the ruck. Webster couldn't quite bring it out himself, but now it's extracted out of the middle from Phipps. Gets it back to Lockman. Lockman rode the tackle, got the handball off and did very well at that. They're looking to go forward now again. Big tackle laid on Sam Matthews, and the umpire will call for the ball.
We can see early stages, of course. East Ringwood only lost 2 games for the year, but in the 2 of the 3 games this year, Rowville have got up. So again, they're causing the real bogey team for East Ringwood.
That's exactly right. Is starting to get a few more afters after these contests, which is making for good viewing at the moment. Means there's a bit of feeling in this grand final as we expect. As Coughlin got a handball out. Free kick's been paid though. And they'll get it back to the right man, who's Archie Stainthorpe. He just handballs it backwards to Toomey. Footy drops short now. Toomey on the right boot. Just sent a high one up there. Got the 9-iron out and just chipped it out. Tapped forward by Jago. And now big tackle in there from the Hawks, will have a ball up inside the Rowville forward 50. So the rucks will go at it once more. It's Scrivenos went up more or less unattended, just tapped it down to his opponent in Llewellyn though. And we'll have another ball up. So the rucks will ply their craft once more. It's Scrivenos doing the relief rucking, winning out this time. Matthews got the footy though, just sends it high and long down the wing. In pursuit of it is Archie Stainthorpe. Gets a bit of a stiff arm going, gives it, gets it back. Darts one way, kicks the other. Kick wasn't good contact at all though. Now Stainthorpe has a bit of defending to do. Can they bring it out the Roos? They do so through Seymour. They'll go backwards to go forward. Get it to Will McRae in the middle. McRae takes the mark. Just a chance for a bit of calm now after a frantic few seconds, and he'll just chip it down the corridor and find the weighty hands of Ryan Webster, who's had a fair bit of the footy so far in this opening term.
So this is Ryan Webster. We've got 30 seconds until quarter time here. Kick finds his teammate there as Ace Ringwood look to go into attack just before quarter time. Is there a mark on here? Punched away. Still alive here. Is there an opportunity for a goal? It's through the middle. And East Ringwood, right on quarter time, get their first goal of the grand final. And it was a great effort there. And East Ringwood have their first. East Ringwood 1-3-9 to Rowville 2-2-14, kicked there by Hewitson. And that's a huge goal on quarter time, Chris.
Oh, gee, exactly right. Just before the death of the first quarter, 5 seconds to go. Hewitson just popping up. Lovely little check side there from close range. But it means that we're all wrapped up here in the opening term of the Premier Division Reserves Grand Finals. East Ringwood 1-3-9, trailing by 5 points to Rowville 2-2-14. We're going to have a short break and we'll be back to bring you the second quarter of action in this grand final. It's Rowville by 5. We'll welcome you back to our Premier Division Reserves Grand Final coverage, which we've been trending to a very good first quarter of action so far, as East Ringwood 139 getting a goal just before quarter time, but still find themselves trailing to Rowville 2-2-14, a Rowville side who got the better of East Ringwood twice throughout the regular season. But then it was the reverse result in the second semi-finals. We'll take you through our goal kickers so far. We do know now that number 15 for Rowville is Jonty Duffy. He's got a single goal for today, and a single also to Tate Scrivenos, who kick-started proceedings with a major of his own. And then, as we mentioned, the ruse with the goal just before quarter time went to Charlie Hewitson. Now, as we get ready for the second quarter of action, I'm joined beside me, a bit of musical chairs in the commentary chair. I'm joined by Jared Beelan. Jared, welcome in.
Thank you very much for having me, Chris, and thank you so much, of course, to Paul for stepping in while I was making my way here. But I've made it. We're here, and I was checking out the stream on the way here, and yeah, East Ringwood really needed that one to go their way in the dying moments of that first quarter. Rowville seemed to have all the play, were able to lock it down in their forward line for quite a while. So we'll see how this second quarter pans out. Of course, congratulations to the Blackburn under-19s for winning earlier today.
Yep, 5 straight, that makes it.
Yeah, incredible.
Ridiculous.
I know. What a junior program they must have down there at Blackburn.
Well, that's exactly right, as we're just getting ready to get the last patrons off the field. So far today, of course, as we're on best on ground watches. I think it's you and I that will be voting on the medals so far. Some key contributors to look out for the remaining 3 quarters of action. For East Ringwood, Will McRae with a big first term, along with Ryan Webster and Michael Barracks. But then for Rowville, and probably the front runner at the moment, is Thomas Lockman, followed closely by Tate Scrivenos, and of course Curtis Flakemore as well, who's been quite good early on. So
there's a few names there that are looking to have big days, no doubt. Some senior experience as well amongst both teams, I would say. Definitely names that I recognise for sure. Veteran Alex Frawley playing today. What a career he's had. Maybe premiership glory awaits him in this reserves game as well. Underway for the second quarter. Up goes Lockman. Clearance going to go the way of Rowville. That was Frawley. Threw a boot at it. Wasn't able to connect, however. East Ringwood will rebound. Onto the wing it goes. The ball ends up in a one-on-one. That was scooped up by Linton. Bit of an idle kick. It's going to come right back. Mazukowicz just found a teammate there. Handed off now to Will McRae. He's going to kick it into the pocket. He had some space in front of him, did Silasican, but it just bounced out of his hands. Or was it paid to Mark?
I think he might have had a downfield free kick. Just a bit of a late hit on the man that just put it in front of Chelechikin. So see what he can do now.
Zach Silasican will line up. He's got quite the angle to try and negotiate. 27 goals for the season, 7 times in the best on. It's going to have to start firing if the Roos are going to get on top in this one. And he's just pushed it across the face of goal. It's gone to the left, and East Ringwood get their 4th behind on the board. 1-4-10 to Rowville 2-2-14. We've gone 1.5 minutes in this second quarter. Reserves grand final action from Bayswater Oval. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, of course. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you're enjoying the coverage. We've heard so far today that we've had viewers from Dubai, viewers from the Netherlands, a bit closer in lake entrance, as well as intercepting the kick in and taking the mark is Lucas Mazurkovic. As he'll just direct traffic, pointing to his left, will now play on. Just send a high floating ball inside forward 50, standing under it and standing tall. Taking the set mark was Jake Edwards, who will just chip one out wide. And a chance for the Hawks to go quickly. They won't take that chance, though. So just slow it down a bit, look to chain a few uncontested marks together, but they won't be able to do that on that occasion as Charlie Lawson takes in a set mark. Playing in the long sleeves, of course, makes it a bit easier to identify him as he will just return to sender, look to put it to the top of the square. Going back with a flight was McCarthy. Chilichekin was the target. Still no real winner of the footy. Thrown on the left boot by Baines. And smothered out of bounds. So the boundary thrown in the East Ringwood pocket, who are, of course, now going to the right of your screen. As 4 points to the margin, 4 points to the good are the Rowville Football Club at the moment. Will be Lockman against Chilichekin in the ruck. And Chilichekin will win out on that occasion. It falls into the hands of a Hawk, though. In pursuit of it now was Coughlin. And the umpire will call for the ball up. Rucks will go wide edge of the check and hit the deck. Brought the footy down with him, though. A bit of an interesting contest there. As
sort of a specky in the ruck contest.
Yeah. So the umpire will call for it, and they'll go at it again. This time it's Lockman getting the uncontested hit out. Just volleyed out there, though, by the Roos. A chance for Seymour to pick it up. Couldn't quite do it. Chilichekin off the ground, looking to get a four by any means. And Seymour just bumped over the goal line. So it will be a rush behind. East Ringwood moved to 1-5-11 to Rowville's 2-2-14. We've gone 3.5 in this second term.
Very clever for Seymour to keep that in fact. Looked like it was going to go over the boundary line, but he trapped it there, right on the line, as McCarthy will bring it back in. Finds a teammate. Onto the right boot and down this near side now. Archie Stainthorpe takes the mark. He's got something to work out ahead of him because there's a lot of blue jumpers back there. However, scooping it up and getting tackled. Brilliant tackle by Charlie Hewitson. And that looks to me like, into the pocket now for Rowville. And no mark taken, however, just stealing it from the contest. Brodie Hercus, brilliant goal for Rowville. That's their third. And his first for the day. We'll just see that on the replay. Came off the head there. I think players stopped, expecting a free kick. Hercus played to the whistle, which there was none, and slammed it home for a goal.
Yeah, well, it's a great heads-up players. Everybody turned to the umpire to see what was going on. It was Hercus that just kept his eyes on the bright red share and picked it up and more or less just walk it into the goal square and kick his side's third. So his his first of the day, I should say, brings up number 15 on the 2025 season tally for Brodie Hercus. As Rowville get it back out to a 9-point lead. Frawley gets it on the boot out of the ruck. It's mark taken by Duffy. Duffy just gets it forward. I believe that's Frawley again. Footy will hit the deck. Awkward bounce. Flakemore looking to do a bit of crumb work. Picks it up, wrapped up in a tackle. Got it out to Frawley. Frawley on the right boot sends it forward. Unaccompanied East Ringwood defender will take the innocent mark. He'll go off his line, play on the call. Just got to pass the man on the mark. It's gone down the line. Good smother over the top from Lockman. A lot of boundary throwing on centre wing. The Roos won't mind that from Billy Gleeson just taking it over the line. Means that they can lock it on centre wing, get a bit of territory going. Get it out of their defensive 50. So the boundary throwing will come back in. Lockman just got a hand to it. Frawley going to hands and knees to bring the footy out. Got it onto his right boot, so play continues. In the contest there was Baines. He couldn't quite get it cleanly. Kicked forward now by Seymour. But the Rowville defence stands tall. Jonty Duffy with the mark. He's been good so far today, Duffy. Has the one goal to his name. Been better throughout the middle as this game's worn on. As he gets it on the left boot, sent it to the pack. Scrivenos underneath it, couldn't quite take it himself. Tucked towards the boundary line. It's Jake Edwards and we'll have a boundary throw in. So the Hawks with a chance to get something going from stoppage inside their forward pocket. Scrivenos will do the ruck work. He's more than competent in there. Got the right hand hit out to Duffy. Duffy's handball was cut off. Now intercepted by Baines. The Roos go forward now. They'll look down the corridor. It's a bit of a foot race. Footy's gone wider at that as Chilichekin gets it forward. Clark has a lot of leg work to do if he wants to get there and affect the context. It's Monks. Monks, check side. Just left it too skinny. Difficult kick there. Maybe would have been slightly better choice to go the dribbler, but elected to do it on the full, and means that East Ringwood move to 1-6-12 to Rowville's 3-2-20. It's an 8-point lead to the Hawks as we are 7 gone in this second term.
A couple of shots from the pocket there for East Ringwood have been unsuccessful. Maybe they'll need to change the angles up, try and find a different route to goal. Brodie Hercus takes the mark on that kick out from Rowville. The goal kicker from before. He now finds Kaya Cronin, who will elect to switch up. Mark taken by Riley Link. Uncontested play here by Rowville. Mark taken by Jai Clark now. And he exits defence. Oh, nearly spoiled there by East Ringwood. However, Jai Clark ran onto it, received the handball, and he's turned it straight over. Campbell McNamara takes the intercept mark for the Roos. Where to from here? He's just going to chip it down the line. Safe play there. Sam Matthews takes the mark. He's signalling that he'll go long. That's just about what he does. Pack forms, off hands, stolen away now by Rowville. That was Hercus again. And Rowville, through Phipps, takes the mark. So on the near side now, safe play by Rowville down the line once again. There's a lot of Roos back there, but taking the unlikely mark on the chest is Jake Edwards. Swings round onto the right, pack forms at the top of the goal square, bodies crash and fly. East Ringwood try to defend, but the Barracks kick was smothered handily. Well done by Lockie McCarthy. And he was able to earn the Hawks stoppage in their forward line. Back into play it will come. The ruckman will go at it. Knocked down by, that was Llewellyn. The exit from defence for the Roos was cut off immediately by Mitch Jago. He's going to send it into the pocket. Pack forms again. Oh, front position with the Roos. Frawley, however, at ground level. His handball was turned over. He turned tackler. And Sam Matthews was rolled. And that was holding the ball. Well done to Alex Frawley. He's going to go back and see if he can sink another one for Rowville after East Ringwood have had several opportunities to get their own in the second quarter. So Alex Frawley has only kicked the one goal in the reserves for the year out of his 7 games. And this would be a perfect way to get on the board in the grand final for Alex Frawley. And Rowville move to 14 points in front. 4-2-26 to East Ringwood, 1-6-12. And we're halfway through this second quarter.
Gee, a bit of a hush fell over Bayswater Oval there as that footy was in flight, but he's had a very good start to this second term so far. Alex Frawley just starting to take matters into his own hands and really get the game on the Hawks' accord. So 7 scoring shots to 6, but it's the Rowville Hawks with a 14-point lead as 1-6-12 plays 4-2-26. Still quite tight though as we're past the halfway mark in this second term. It was Lockman out of the ruck, just got a hand to it. Now maybe being chased down to the middle. No, got a kick off for the Roos, looking forward. Julie checking was a target, couldn't quite get it to him. Plenty of bodies around the footy falling on it now as Fitzsimmons. He's set upon himself by an opponent and will have a ball up. So we're some 65 metres out from the Rowville uprights, I should say, as it was Weir in the ruck. The mark's now taken just on the arc by Luke Ferry. He might just be on the edge of his range here. He'll be kicking from about 52 metres or so, but looks like he'll back himself. So little to no angle for Ferry. Can he put a bit of magic on this one as the kick is on its way? And there's plenty under it. Did someone get a fist on it? No, now they did. Punched over for a rush behind. So, gee, footy ended up hitting the deck, which you probably wouldn't have expected, but could have gone through, but just didn't quite get the drop.
Yeah, with so many players around it. But, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? East Ringwood, they really need to start taking their opportunities. Maybe not the right option to take the shot at goal in the end. Cronin will take the kick out for the Hawks.
Well, they've had tough shots, haven't they? They haven't been straightforward set shots by any means.
No, they have. And intercept marked down the line now by East Ringwood, so they're going to launch again. Let's see where he goes with this one. Finds the left boot into the pocket. Off hands, Rowville with the representation, smothered, and the boundary line wins out before Lachlan Toomey could do much about that. 13-point lead to Rowville. 12 minutes gone in the second quarter. Reserves grand final action. Premier Division, of course. The big dance to come up after this between Blackburn and Balwyn. And we'll have another ball up here. Crashing in was Felix Seymour. Played some senior action this year, did Seymour. Quite a bit, actually, I believe. He ends up at the bottom of that tackle again, courtesy of Jack Weir. Whistle's gone. So putting some pressure around these stoppages of Rowville. Hunting for it at ground level, trying to get it out, and was able to do so with Suleiman. It's going to come right back for East Ringwood, however. The handball forward by Gleeson, but it's going to find the boundary line before Sam Matthews could get away. So it's locked in the phone box over there on the outer side, just at that left forward flank for the Roos. Back into play it goes. The wrestle is on. Cranborg took the ruck contest. Good tackle by Billy Gleeson on Frawley. And another stoppage. Good punch away by the Hawks ruckman. It's nearly trickled towards the boundary line, but scooped up. Gleeson searching for options inside forward 50. Will McRae juggled the mark, 2 bites at the cherry.
He just took a second and just glanced at the umpire there, didn't he? So, yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, I'll keep going.
So Will McRae will line up. 22 goals for the year for this bloke. Still, yet another tough shot, though, for East Ringwood.
Yeah, and he had one from a difficult angle in the first term, which was just a behind. So we'll see what he can do with this one.
Lily Kicker's 23rd for the year. Big moment here for East Ringwood, just to keep in touch with Rowville as the game reaches the middle section, and he's done just that. And East Ringwood, they're not going to say die anytime soon. 2-7-19 to Rowville, 4-2-26. 14 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter. And we'll return to the middle, and East Ringwood starting to get a bit of ascendancy in the contests. Starting to get some repeat entries and repeat shots at goal. Maybe Rowville might want to respond to this quite soon.
Oh, gee, they needed that, didn't they? You know, you start the quarter off with 4 behind. Sometimes just you need to see one go through the big sticks just to sturdy the ship a bit as the Rucks will go at it. It's Lockman back in there, gets first used to his teammate in Hercus. Footy didn't quite sit up for Edwards. Still a lot of work to do now for the Roos defence, as just standing over the footy was Mitch Crozier. The umpire will call for a ball up as he's set upon 40 metres out from the Hawks upright. As we're 15 gone in this second term. Hit out, went behind the head from the Roos ruckman. Frawley going to ground to get it, pick it up, bring it out. It was wrapped up there by Lawson. Still a lot of footy to be won here. There's swarms around it. Just took it on the volley and sunk the laces into it to clear the East Ringwood defensive 50. Now still a lot of work to do around the footy. Getting a bit of body contact with Seymour. Turning tackler on this occasion is Billy Gleeson. And the umpire will call for the ball up. So Rucks will go at it once more. Here's Lockman, has been dominant so far in that ruck contest, as it's sent forward by Jai Edwards inside forward 50. John T. Duffy was adjudged to have impeded his opponent. So footy ends up in the hands of Billy Gleeson now, who would just look to dump one down the line, and there's plenty under it. 2 hands to it, and paid the mark there for the Roos was Llewellyn. He's a tall man. He used every part of his height there to get to the footy. As kick sent down the line, flying over the top, trying to intercept was Link. Couldn't quite do so. Head over the ball. Well played there from the Rowville defence. As Mitchell McCarthy looks a bit worse for wear after that one.
Jeez, he does, doesn't he?
And the umpire's just called a stop to play. Just a bit of heavy contact there.
Yeah, he was holding his head there for a second. Blood rule called.
So I think the good news is he wasn't contact directly to the head in the contest, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
But still quite a lot of impact as he bravely put his head over the footy, put his body over the footy, really. Sometimes you just got to get crunched to earn the stoppage, and that's what he's done. So he'll just trot off a bit gingerly.
Whoa. From the mouth?
Yeah, it's good that it's only a blood rule at that and nothing more serious, but
yeah.
Clock keeps going, so we're 17-15 gone in this second term. It is the Rowville Hawks by 7. They were 2-0 against East Ringwood throughout the regular season, but fell short in the second semi-final before having a massive 84-point bounce-back win in the prelim against Blackburn. And it's Rowville, 7 points to the good here, is looking to get the ball back on their terms. Is Max Baines, got it forward. And
appeals from the crowd.
appeals from the crowd will fall on deaf ears, unfortunately, for the East Ringwood faithful. As we're on true centre wing on the far side of Bayswater over, which is where it seems like the entirety of this game has been played so far. As the rucks will go at it, there's Llewellyn in there. Instead, Lockman will win this contest. Getting it forward there was Gleeson. He's been good so far this term. Just put it in front of space, give it to Coughlin. Gave him a bit of work to do. Coughlin couldn't quite be up the footy.
Oh.
Took his man high. Well, didn't quite take his man high, but his man went to get to the ball, which was on the ground. He copped one above the shoulders. So, again, brave play from the Rowville defence. 25-metre penalty there. Not sure if it was for dissent or for not manning the mark, but it was paid, and now they'll play on immediately, go straight down the line. Look to get out the back of the pack. They'll kick into a 1v1. Scrivenos did well to affect the travel of his opponent going towards the footy, and Rowville have earned themselves a boundary throw-in on true centre wing. So 90 seconds left to play in this second term. So it'll be Lockman against Llewellyn again. It's been a good contest so far, but it's been all Thomas Lachlan as it stands, as Alex Frawley gets first use. His kick is smothered. The Roos will work it forward. Flying highest and taking the mark was Felix Seymour. He's been good so far. 6 times in best in just 8 games as he looks inside forward 50. Oh. Brilliant intercept mark taken back with the flight of the ball there from Kaya Cronin.
He's been good.
He's been very good down there, as has the rest of the Rowville defence. As they'll just look down the line, Llewellyn flew, couldn't quite take it, now goes to ground, gets to the footy, gets a handball off, it was off the shins of Webster, wrapped up 50 metres out. We've got 40 seconds to play. It's the Hawks by 7 in the remaining moments of the first half for the Premier Division Reserves Grand Final.
Can East Ringwood force the issue and get one home here? Not if McCarthy has anything to say about it. Ripped down in the tackle by Adam Peaker. Gained a little bit of territory for Rowville and a bit of safety as well, a bit of distance from that East Ringwood goal that they've been defending. Oh, so staunchly, however. Oh, just didn't, he ran out of options there, the East Ringwood players. He was trying to find the handball, tackled, and the free kick is actually going to go the way of, this is Ryan Webster for the Roos, I believe. I think, maybe not. Well, the siren's gone.
I think it was awarded to the Hawks just for the hit off the ball. So
yeah, and
I don't know if they've heard the siren. Oh, a few of them didn't hear the siren, but they have now. So anyway, that is the first half of action coming to a bit of a bizarre end there, but an end nevertheless. As it's East Ringwood 2-7-19 trailing Rowville 4-26. As there's a few healthy afters in the centre circle there. Big Thomas Lockman just coming in to break things up. So it's the Hawks by 7 at the major break. Goal kickers so far today, singles across the board. For East Ringwood, it's Will McRae and Charlie Hewitson with majors. On the other side of things for Rowville, singles, of course, to Brody Hercus, Jonty Duffy, Tate Scrivenos and Alex Frawley. Like we said, it's the Hawks by 7. We'll go to our major break and we'll come back to bring you the premiership quarter of action in this Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. It is the Hawks at halftime by 7.
Victoria, with the support of leagues and clubs, are committed to keeping our game great. And we are strong in our stance that any form of abuse across football at all levels is not tolerated. Any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf. We are encouraging all spectators not to confuse their anger with passion. We're all here for the same reason, for the love of Australia's favourite game. We want supporters, parents and players to make a promise to be the best versions of themselves and to support the hard-working volunteers, coaches and umpires who make our great game come to life every week on local grounds across our great state. Real fans respect the game. Make a pledge to keep the passion alive, but remember, any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf.
Welcome back to the second half of action in our Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. It's currently East Ringwood 2-7-19, trailing the Rowville Hawks 4-2-26. The Roos just a bit inaccurate early on so far in this encounter, but they have not had easy shots at that. So it was Rowville 2-0 over East Ringwood during the home and away season. It was East Ringwood winning the second semi-final, and we'll see what we have here in our season decider as Lockman wins it out of the ruck. It hit his back immediately into the hands of Stainthorpe, who's wrapped up straight away. Umpire will call for a ball up, haven't moved an inch, so back in the 70 circle. Is looking to bring it out now was Phipps. He couldn't quite do so. Had to go between his legs to pick the footy out. We'll have another ball up inside the centre circle. Cagey start to this third term so far. As the Hawks will look to maintain the league. They've led at all stages so far in this one. And just discarding of his man was Webster, and now he turns the ball over, unfortunately, so it goes into the hands of Flakemore. He couldn't quite take it cleanly. Just gets the kick out. It was a bit of a squib kick, didn't clear anything. Flakemore gets it over 3 men. Going back with the flight was Barracks. He couldn't quite take the mark. A lot of work still to be done in pursuit now. Into the hands. McCarthy, left foot snap, and it's there. Rowville get a fast start here in the third quarter as Mitchell McCarthy opens his account for the day. Rowville 5-2-32, now 13 points to the good over East Ringwood, 2-7-19.
Gee, how about that? That's and it goes back to that turnover. Who was it? There was it Gleason or Webster who broke?
I believe it was Webster.
Yeah, Webster broke the tackle. It looked good, and then he just stuffed up the handball, gave it straight to a Rowville player.
Their defence got sucked up too far forwards up the field, and then there were too many Hawks spear out the back.
Absolutely. So up we go, back in the centre. Oh, being bowled over was Archie Stainthorpe. Frawley ends up at the bottom of it as well, as East Ringwood trying to apply a bit of pressure in the centre of the ground, force the ball forward. We have the secondary stoppage. Lockman just takes it out of the ruck contest. They share it round, trying to burst through as Jai Edwards got the kick away. Well done by McNamara playing in front, hands it off to a teammate, and East Ringwood will send it onto the wing. Pico went up, it comes out the back, it's all Rowville at the back here. Lockman scoops it up well. Scuffed kick, turnover. Llewellyn got it to McRae, and in the pocket, Silaseekan was infringed upon. And looks like he will have a shot at goal. So Zach Silaseekan, we've seen him have a shot before. It was a harsh angle. I think this angle's a little bit better, but it's still not fantastic. So the big man's going to go for his 28th goal of the season for the East Ringwood Reserves. Third of the day for East Ringwood on offer. They'd love to get a response to that very fast start that Rowville just had. Peg the lead back to 7 points if this shot is true, and it goes through the middle, and East Ringwood continue to stay alive in this contest.
How's that for a response from the Roos? Gave up the first of the term, get one back very soon after. Just keeps this game to 7 points.
And
it's the big man in there, trying to rev up his team, trying to rev up the crowd a bit. The skipper's actually checking. Like you said, that brings up goal number 28 on his season so far. He was brilliant last year in the grand final as East Ringwood beat Blackburn's reserves. He's had a bit of a quieter start to this one, but he's finally on the board as plenty of bodies around the footy. One of them was Seymour, but now they bring the ball out, do the Roos inside forward 50. At the back of the pack is Monks. What can he do? Swarmed upon Toomey, maybe caught one in the back. Umpire agrees. So Lachlan Toomey, just direct traffic a bit, take his time, and now pump one long down the wing. Few flies. Gee, it was off the shoulder of a Rowville player who should have taken the mark. Crozier had the ball in hand, was set upon immediately by John T. Duffy. So we'll have a ball up. It's true centre wing here. It's the Hawks by 7 as we're 4:15 gone. Can bring it out was Gleason. He did so well. Tons of pressure in there in the centre square around stoppages. Wrapped up immediately as he had the ball there with Sam Fitzgerald. The Bucks will go at it once more. Lockman and Llewellyn cancel each other out. Maybe tripping free kick there against Frawley. Yes, it is. So the footy will go the way of Felix Seymour. Best on 6 times out of his 8 games so far this season, and he has been good so far today. As they look inside 50, Chili Checkham was the target. It got out the back.
Oh.
Jam might dribble through, no. Playing goalkeeper on the line was Jake Phipps, who just had to dive to make sure that the Sherrin didn't make its way over.
Desperate
The
stuff on the
scoreboard
line.
reads East Ringwood 38-26, Rowville 5-2-32. It's the Hawks by a kick as we're 5 gone in this third term.
Kai Cronin brings it in, finds his right, gets it to the flank, off hands, trying to crash through, but getting tackled there is Mazurakwitz. Makurcevic. Tap down. Trying to rove it was Rowville. Trying to burst through was Archie Stainthorpe. And a bit of afters there as the free kick's gone the way of Felix Seymour. Searching for options inside forward 50. How's he going to use this one? Top of the goal square. Mostly the golden brown stripes. Falls to ground. Rushed kick out of defence. Ends up finding Archie Stainthorpe. He was tackled. Jonty Duffy fighting for it. Spinning his way in and out of trouble was Curtis Flakemore, holding the ball. And Adam Peaker, he will, I'm going to say, have a shot at goal. It looks like he will. Might be a little bit beyond him. Doesn't seem to think so. There's a chance that he's just setting this one up, but if he puts it through, then it will equalise the scores here at Bayswater Oval. Peaker sends it on its way. Oh, it was a decent ride, but came off hands, and the punch through was good by the Rowville defence. So East Ringwood creep just that little bit closer. 5 points the margin now. 6.5 minutes gone in the third quarter, Chris.
So didn't quite have the distance there, Peaker. It is now down to a 5-point margin. 3-9-27 plays 5-2-32 in the Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. Thanks for joining us on our YouTube streams. Drop below in the comments if you're game enough who you think you will win in this one, what you think the margin will be as Llewellyn takes the intercept mark. Play it on, ran himself into a bit of trouble, had to hand it off backwards to Lawson. Lawson looks inside 50, was off hands, couldn't quite take the mark. There was McRae, now turns tackler and locks the ball in for a ball up. Give us your tips, who you think will win, how much you think they'll win by, possibly even who you think will get best on. As Chili checking, grabs out of the ruck, was spoiled by his opponent in Lockman. Toomey around it, went to ground, so too did Clark, turning tackler. Ryan Webster had the footy in hand, was tackled by about 3 different Hawks defenders, so we'll have a ball up. We're only 10 metres out from the Roos upright, so Major here would put them in the lead for the first time today. As they're going to bring it out with Seymour, couldn't quite do so cleanly. And the shot at goal drifts wide, 4A behind.
Creeping closer and closer through those behinds. 3-10 to 5-2. That is quite a scoreline. East Ringwood could end up ahead with 2 goals fewer than Rowville if this keeps going. So Cronin sends it back in, but great strong mark taken by Ranaki Llewellyn. He'll send it back in for the Roos. Rowville have struggled to get it past that point of the ground. It comes to ground level. Hat kick out of defence by Rowville, but it's going to be coming right back because the mark has been taken. He's going to look for an option here, perhaps. The angle is tough. So is the distance. Just tossing up what to do with it. He'll send it to the pocket. Seymour flew, came off hands, and Cronin made sure that it went through for yet another behind. So 3-point margin now, and Cronin will bring it back in. Searching for options. Seems a little stuck as to what to do. Goes for a slight bit of a jog. Now back to the flank, and Llewellyn again. He's done it again. He's taken that intercept mark to send it right back into the forward line for East Ringwood. Off hands, Cronin was there, comes to ground. Linton tackled, wrapped up by McRae. We'll have a ball up. East Ringwood with the chance to put a goal on the board, but they struggled to do that. Cronin tries to burst through, finds the outside of the right through a rush piece of play by him. It's going to come back again. Not quite. Just run over the boundary line. Ten minutes gone in the third quarter. Thanks so much for joining us. Premier Division Reserves grade action. Llewellyn takes front spot against Lockman, but comes to ground, roved well by Jago. Sends it to the wing. Oh, the fly, but no mark by Sam Matthews. So representation for Rowville at ground level through Jonty Duffy is going to send them forward. Comes to the flank again, bursting through. Good turn of pace. Hit the ball hard. Hit the goals even harder. What a piece of play by Rowville. End-to-end stuff. And it was Curtis Flakemore. We know he's good. We know he has class. And that will punish East Ringwood for all their inaccuracy at the other end of the ground. That is brutal. And Rowville go even further in front. They're up by 9 points now. 6-2, 38 to 3-11, 29. 11 minutes gone in the third quarter here at Bayswater, Rowville.
Well, it's never going to be kept down for too long. Curtis Flakemore, 15 goals in just the 5 games in the reserves competition. That one makes it 16-6. We've seen him in the senior side on multiple occasions, and playing off this half-forward flank in this one is showing his classes. The Hawks win it out of the middle again. They'll look to go inside forward 50, get it to the hands of Scrivenos. He was tackled, probably held a bit too long afterwards as well, but umpire says nothing doing. Suleimani with the footy, just chips a kick. Finds a teammate in Lockie McCarthy, who looked early to get a pass off, but will now just steady himself and set his sights on goal. Lockie McCarthy with 18 goals on the season so far. But will be kicking from just a few steps in from the boundary line at about a 45-metre kick. Waltz is in on the left boot, pulled it to the near side, and it will stay there. So just the minor score pushes the lead out to 10 points. 3-11-29 plays 6-3-39. As we are 12 gone in the third term. Of course, second half of action will feature some injury time throughout each quarter. As leading up, couldn't quite take the mark or two hands to it though. Now the kick was smothered. Still a lot of work for Rowville to do to get inside forward 50. They do so now, but only shallow. Suleimani's handball was intercepted. McRae just couldn't get it to the boot. Ran into a brick wall as well. Standing underneath it was Lawson. Didn't have anyone around him. Didn't know it though. Got a right fist to it. Just punched. Now the footy's in the hands of Baines. Baines looks down the line. Finds a teammate in Felix Seymour. Seymour has had plenty of the footy so far in this grand final. Looks inside forward 50. Does have a leading option. 2v1 outnumbered was his teammate. But now just soccering it to himself. Could he do it? Webster soccers it once more. And now eventually soccer through for a rushed behind. I was looking for a bit of magic there. It was Ryan Webster, but couldn't quite get it to go, as the lead now back to 9 points. 3-12 plays 6-3. It's Rowville by 9.
They insist on getting ahead through behinds, East Ringwood. And it's giving this man a lot of possession. Kaya Cronin, the default player to take the kick in for Rowville. So here we go. Oh, brilliant stuff by Scrivenos. Strong hands, clamped it, and will send Rowville back into attack. Oh, until that moment, as the mark's been taken by James O'Connor for the Roos. Sends it down the line again. Pack will form. It's mostly Rowville, but getting a hand to it was Silasik and did well, but Frawley at ground level fires the handball out, and Rowville share it through hands. It was Suleimani. He follows up his good work. He's going to get the inside 50. But, I thought East Ringwood were playing in front there, but it was a great mark taken by Lockie McCarthy. He's going to find the top of the goal square. No, the free man in the middle of the 50, completely unchecked. And he's going to have it taken off him because there was a free kick just off the marking contest. And East Ringwood take a sigh of relief, because that was nearly an easy goal to Rowville in the end, as Sam Matthews now, just to affect the release of pressure perhaps, but no, it's going to come right back. McCarthy finds Riley Link. And Rowville will load up again. 14.5 minutes gone. They have a 9-point lead in this grand final, the Hawks. Can they extend it through this campaign forward? It comes off hands. Scrivenos wasn't able to clamp at that time. Seymour was tackled. And we'll ball it up. Scrivenos gets the tap right down the throat of an opponent in Max Baines, tackled. Rowville probably happy to lock it in here, even without scoring, just to get a better play on their end for this quarter. Suleimani gets the handball out, comes to centre half forward, but fighting well for East Ringwood was Webster. They force it forward. Pika takes the mark. Too far out to score. Finds his right. Who's there? Sorry, that's Monks out the back. Tackled. Right on Ryan Laffin.
Gee, they've done well to get the footy forward quickly, haven't they, East Ringwood? But it just seems like that final kick is just going to an outnumbered teammate that's got all too much work to do in the contest.
Absolutely. Working their forwards too far up the ground, perhaps. Rowville getting the clearing kick, but it's going to come right back. Mark taken. This is Mazurkovic. Sends it back inside forward 50. Again, the outnumber in the air, but at ground level was Coughlin. Wrapped up. Another ball up, more stoppages in the Roos forward 50. This is what a lot of this quarter has looked like. But East Ringwood need to get a major on the board, and quickly. Toomey gets the handball out, running onto it. No, not there for Rowville. Stealing it back was Webster. Sends it at goal again, and it's another miss. That hit the post. East Ringwood continue to pepper away. 3-13-31 to 6-3-39 for Rowville. That's an 8-point lead. 16.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. And Rowville will bring it back in, Chris.
Well, Jay will be death by 1,000 cuts at this stage if East Ringwood can manage to get up. But doing his work on the boundary line, he's lean. Could he get it back in? Not quite. Has to turn tackler now. Standing up with the footy was Fitzgerald. Looked to get it forward. Just volleyed on the half volley there. Looking for Seymour. Just fell short of him. We'll have a ball up. There's been a question posed in the comment section about if there's a breeze out here. There was one, just a slight one going to the right of screen, but you can see our EFNL and our Ringwood Mazda flags down there in the background. It's kind of whipping around everywhere here at Bayswater Oval at the moment, as there's a dumping tackle. Chili checking if was a judge not to have impeded, as I've seen those free kicks paid for less there, as Duffy was out the back of the pack affecting the contest, and we'll have a ball up. So 31 plays 39 is where 17.5 gone in this third quarter. It's an 8-point lead for the Hawks. Of course, we will have time on, as just moving his man out of the ruck was Llewellyn. He did very well. Picker's kick was smothered. They'll look to go forward now through Lawson. It's a short kick. Plenty of Hawks defenders around it. The bounce didn't favour any of them, though. Darting onto his left foot. Snap around the corner. It would be something, but it's pulled too short. Pulled to the short side there, so...
Oh, wow.
Guess what, Jared? Another behind. 3-14 now. Plays 6-3. It's 32-39. And I know in the first half they had a lot of tough chances from tough angles, but that hasn't quite been the story so far in this third quarter. As with the Hawks to bring the footy out, look down the line just to take territory. Frawley got two hands to it, couldn't quite take the mark over his shoulder. We'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing on the far side of Bayswater Oval.
It's got to get into the head of East Ringwood. All these shots at goal. The next set shot that East Ringwood has, there's so much pressure on that player. Lockman will take on Llewellyn in the ruck contest. Falling onto it was Frawley. Managed to get it out to Herkes, but East Ringwood take it away again. They've done well in the clearances, and the mark's been taken inside 50 by Ryan Webster. This is such a tough angle for him as well. So it would be tempting to have a shot at goal, because the distance isn't too bad in this instance, but...
If you've not been kicking goals, though, surely you look to set someone else up.
You would think so, but there's a lead out of the goal square. I can see that fell short, however. Webster will have a look at this one. It's on his right boot. It was the wrong side for a right footer, and it didn't even score. Out on the full. So add that one to the tally, I suppose, but it doesn't actually make it impact on the scoreboard. Corfee sent it back in. Llewellyn, the tallest man there, came off his hands and trickled over the boundary line. As we're about to tick into time on in this third quarter. Of course, time on in the third and final quarters of a reserves grade match. Not so for the first and second, as you would have seen. Lockman to resume hostilities against Llewellyn. Lockman found front position. Rowville now. Can they get this clearance? Yes, it looks like it's going their way through Hercus. Sends it forward. The chase is on. O'Connor was there. Got beaten to it by Weir. He shares it round. Flakemore now with the centering ball, but the mark was taken by dropped by Barracks. Fighting for it against Duffy at ground level. Duffy got control over it, got it to Flakemore, and over the line it goes. So they just ran out of room there, did Rowville. Out on the outer side. A lot of play on the outer side today. You wonder if that's dictated by the wind or just where they prefer to find safety. Oh, out of the stoppages, Duffy burst through a couple of tackles. Didn't burst through that one. Got the handball away, but not before the umpire's whistle was blown. Tried to do everything there, did Jonty Duffy. And we're just waiting on to see who will take this free kick. It will be East Ringwood indeed. They will try to exit defence. We've ticked into a minute of time on. So down the line it goes. Silasik crashed the pack. Ball hits the deck. Not going anywhere. Sam Fitzgerald was there. We're helped up by an opponent. Here we go again. Lockman gets the tap down, throwing a boot at it, but to no effect was Baines. Rowville get it forward again. No mark taken by Flakemore. Comes to ground. Spinning this way and that. That was good by Suleimani. Top of the goal square. East Ringwood with some defending to do now. Comes to ground. Oh, they fall over each other. Oh dear, and the siren goes. Bit of an ignominious end to the third quarter for
is there a free
Rowville.
kick in there though?
Is there? Oh my word! Oh, there is.
They would have
Oh,
had
this
to be
will.
beforehand.
Yeah, yeah.
They wouldn't have painted against each other.
So Jack Weir will take the free kick, and this will be painful for the Roos, who've had obviously so many opportunities at goal. Rowville get it up their end, and they've been able to capitalise so far. And Jack Weir has a pretty simple set shot at goal. Through. Oh,
He missed.
Oh, he's. I think he's put a Roos jumper on. And he's missed it. 6-4-40 to 3-14-32. That is wild to me. They're missing the easy ones of both teams now, and it's three-quarter time in this reserves grade grand final, Premier Division stuff. And East Ringwood, they've got quite a bit of work to do, quite a bit of accuracy to find in the final quarter, as that will be coming up just after this three-quarter time break.
Strong in our stance that any form of abuse across football at all levels is not tolerated. Any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf. Make a promise to be the best version of yourself and support the hard-working volunteers, coaches and umpires who make our great game come to life. Real fans respect the game. Make a pledge to keep the passion alive, but remember, any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf.
Welcome back for the final quarter of action in this Premier Division Reserves Grand Final between East Ringwood and Rowville. First versus second. It's the Roos 3-14-32, trailing Rowville 6-4-40. Whopping 17 scoring shots to East Ringwood for just 32 points, as they only managed 1 goal 7 in that third term, as the Hawks have just made their opportunities count for the most part, apart from that late miss in the third quarter after the siren from Jack Weir. As we're just getting the last patrons off Bayswater over, we have the final quarter of action in the Premier Division 2025 Reserves competition ahead of us.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a team win a grand final by kicking 2 or 3 goals fewer than their opposition. Sometimes footy's like that.
Sheer quantity of scoring shots to get the win. Certainly be something new, as it is still quite overcast out here at Bayswater Oval, but it is good weather still, as long as the rain stays away. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube streams, wherever you may be tuning in from across the world, as the ball is up and we are underway, as it's Weir winning the tap, but it will be bursting away with the footy in hand was Webster. There has been a whistle blown though, so free kick in the centre square paid the way of East Ringwood.
Webster was about to go the wrong way then.
Yeah, probably got saved there by the whistle, as it's over the back of the pack, looking to bring it out, stepping through a few was Cronin. He's got the footy up, 2 hands to it was Weir, and it was maybe a bit generously paid, the intercept mark. So it is, of course, East Ringwood going to the right of screen, as Cronin just spun away, got it to Weir. That kick's a bit better. G Mark was dropped, definitely should have been taken by Laffin there. He'd like to have that one back, as he's pinned for holding the ball. Footy's in the hands of Ryan Webster. Started this game off hot, so he just looked to set up a team out. His Chili Checken was leading up. Big fist out the back, spoiled the contest. He's Pika, hands it off. Mazurkovic from the right boot. It's going to be high. Will it get through? Touched on the line. Good body work there from Thomas Lockman, who's been terrific so far today. And the first score in the fourth quarter was, I'm sure everybody would have been able to guess, a minor for East Ringwood, as it's now a 7-point lead for Rowville. 3:15 plays 6-4.
Cronin might be getting sick of this situation, to be honest. He's seen it so many times before. But an easy outlet kick this time in Aaron Linton. Inked up. And ready to send Rowville. Oh, what a mark by Alex Frawley. No real contest there by East Ringwood, however, which is rare at this point of the ground. Jai Edwards will take the mark and just looking for options. Down onto the wing, across comes Llewellyn, brilliant spoil, and over the boundary line, and Rowville's march forward has been halted. 2 minutes into this final quarter. 7-point lead that Rowville are defending rather grimly at this point. Llewellyn will get the clearance this time. Silasikin drops to ground, couldn't take the mark. Pika lays the tackle, wraps up Mitch McCarthy, and getting into him as well a little bit there. A bit of feeling at different points in this contest. Weir gets the tap down, comes to ground. Edwards tackled, now scooping it up. That was good by Seymour. Seymour's been busy, trying to will his team over the line here. Llewellyn will take on Weir again. Weir, I think, got the better purchase on that one. Roved, however, by East Ringwood, bumped off the ball. So, Zach Silasikin, he's kicked 1 for the day. This will be for goal 29 for the year for the big man. And if he's able to put this one through, it will be just the 1-point deficit. 3.5 minutes into this final quarter. This is such a huge kick here to stymie the kicking woes that East Ringwood have been plagued this whole game, and that's not going to help. It's across the face of goal, still in play actually. Out in the full, the umpire judges, and so Lockman will take the free kick. So to add to
EFNL Eastland banner there on the fences. Hit out would just find the boundary line. cagey sequence so far as a 5 gone in the 4th term. And the Rucks will get ready to go at it again. It's Llewellyn against Weir. Llewellyn's been just better and better as this game's worn on, and he gets 2 hands to that contest. Got the hit out. Fell to an opponent though. Frawley's got a bit of work to do below his knees. Did so well. Got the ball to Stainthorpe. Oh. And now Stainthorpe turned tackler there, and a few appeals from both teams. I think the umpire will just say, I'll split the middle and we'll have a ball up. So again, it will be Weir versus Llewellyn. It's Weir that wins this hit out, just punched forward there by Gleeson. Webster's around the footy, won't quite get there in time. Instead, he touched it over the boundary line by Archie Stainthorpe. As a matter of fact, it's a free kick going the way of East Ringwood, so they'll just send it inside forward 50. The lead-up option didn't quite get to. Now just sent from outside the arc. It's a high kick, plenty of bodies underneath the footy. Looking to get it out there was Laffin. His kick was smothered. And Jai Clark in the middle of the goal square will just take the intercept mark and calm things down for the Hawks. And now Clark just looks long. His kick will clear the 50. Plenty of bodies around it. One of them was Llewellyn. Still looking to bring it out through Gleeson. Gets the footy forward. It's a bizarre bounce. Didn't really favour anyone. Now tap to Seymour. Left foot, snap around the corner. His goal was, and it would just fall into the hands of Zach Chilichekin. He was playing in front of his man, and that's what you're taught to do, and that's why. The snap there fell short, and the big man was more than willing to reel it in. So a chance to right the wrongs from his last set shot. It's on the right side of the ground now for the right footer. Does open up the angle a lot more. He'll be kicking from maybe 15 metres out. We'll say about a 50 to 55 degree angle from the centre line as Chilichekin walks in, kicks, and the crowd will tell you the rest. Yes, they will. There was a bit of confusion there for a second. But Chilichekin kicks truly. So goal number 29 of the season, and finally, Jared, East Ringwood have a major on the board.
Unbelievable stuff, as they just need to get those ones that count, really, after 19 shots, or 19 scoring scoring shots, but a couple out in the full as well, so 21 really, perhaps even more. Rowville need to respond now because all the play has been in the way of East Ringwood. Jonty Duffy, he has to duck under one tackle, get the kick forward. They just need to work this one out to Rowville amongst themselves. Brilliant smother by East Ringwood on the Edwards tackle, on the Edwards kick even. East Ringwood fall upon the ball carrier. And it'll be a ball up as Phipps extracts himself from underneath that mess. Llewellyn against Weir. Weir got the tap, picking himself up with Suleimani. But over the boundary line it went. Duffy was there involved as well.
I'll have to say, maybe it's better that the scoreboard reads 4-15 for East Ringwood, because if it was 15-4, then this would be a very, very drab game.
That's true. It would be a brutal score it would have been, but scooped up and kicked by Hercus, top of the goal square. East Ringwood now having to defend for the first time this quarter. Offhand it goes. Jai Edwards saw it over the boundary line as the Roos were attempting to exit defence. So Rowville with the opportunity to respond now. Bit of play in their forward line. Llewellyn goes at it. The ball cleared both ruckmen. Mazukowicz ends up in the tackle. Ball back up. Scrivenos did well. It's now come to Jago. It's a high up and under. The punch comes, and the hat kick out of defence by East Ringwood was good. Oh, courage by Jordan Fitzsimmons. It's not going to amount to anything as Rowville will return themselves back inside forward 50, and the mark's been taken, and this could be through the heart of the Roos here, who've had all the play this quarter up until this past minute or so, and Jake Edwards is going to be the one So the set shot at goal, it is perhaps that 50-degree angle. Just going to kick it from about 30 out, 35 out perhaps. So Jake Edwards will come in. He's kicked 14 goals for the season. Goal 15 on offer, and he puts Rowville back to 7 points in front. And that is an important kick in the context of the game in this final quarter. East Ringwood, they've had their opportunities, as you can see. And Rowville just keep that buffer. 46 to 39. That's 7-4-46 to 4-15-39. 11 minutes gone in the final quarter, Chris.
Well, as many shots of East Ringwood have had, every time they've gotten close and within one kick, it's the Hawks that have just managed to keep him at an arm's distance. As the rucks will go at it again. This time it's Lockman just holding it out of the ruck with his two hands. Now the footy's in the hands of Webster for East Ringwood. They're looking to get it forward. Around it is Duffy for the Hawks. Instead, just kicked there from Coughlin. McRae turns tackler and will have a ball up just on the edge of the centre square. As the ball goes up, Llewellyn wins the hit out. They just work it forward now, the Hawks, and they find a mark in the goal scorer, Jake Edwards. So Edwards will just direct traffic ahead of him. Just wait for some teammates to provide an option, and now we'll go onto the right boot, kicked it wide and high, and gee, eyes only for the footy, and being rewarded for it there was Patrick Corfey, who takes the mark and points goalwards, but from about 50 out on the boundary line, that will not favour a right footer at that.
Ambitious.
He will back himself here, so he's Corfey for his first goal today. It'll take his best. Kicked into the man on the mark, and that is, I hope for his sake, far from his best. As we will have a boundary throw in there, 50 metres out. Don't see that every day, I guess.
No.
The Rucks will get ready to go at it, as it'll be Lachlan against Llewellyn, as it's been for so much of today, and the two Rucks really been amongst the best contributors for their sides, as Crozier couldn't quite take it cleanly. Now just being ushered over the boundary line is Mitch Juggo. We'll have another boundary throw in.
The clouds are starting to look a bit ominous, Chris.
Yes, 39 plays 46. 13 gone in this fourth term.
Rowville will be happy to put as much pressure as they can around these stoppages, just soak up the time.
That's exactly right, as the Rucks cancel each other out, looking to get it to Frawley, looks to stand up, just got a handball off, snap towards goal by Lockman, punched over the boundary line now as Flakemore couldn't get there in time. We'll have another boundary throw in. Thanks for joining us on this Premier Division grand final day for our reserves game. Of course, kicking off at 2:30, we have our senior men's broadcast between Balwyn and Blackburn, as Balwyn look to make it back-to-back premierships and Blackburn look to add the Premiership Cup alongside their minor premiers. As they look, the kick goes forward, do Rowville, but it's been dragged wide on the behind post, and that'll be out for a boundary throw-in. So it locks the ball in. Not the worst result for the Hawks, as they earn themselves just a bit more time inside their forward 50. So the Rucks will go out at Llewellyn again. This time the relief rucky punch forward by Link, looking to spin out of trouble. The ball's in the hands of Duffy. Got a handball off somehow, just batted forward now. Left foot snap, goalwards. Flakemore sitting under it. Will it get to him in time?
Wow.
What's the call? It looked like it was over the line, and the umpire agrees.
Yep.
So just the behind, despite Curtis Flakemore's best acting. The ball will be brought back into play by Charlie Lawson.
Lawson, he's going to have to send East Ringwood forward pretty quickly. Shilaseekan was there trying to keep it in. East Ringwood, no, over the boundary line. But they gain that territory at least. They'll need this clearance. There's 5 minutes until time on, and an 8-point lead for Rowville. So East Ringwood, they're going to have to get to work pretty soon. Frawley hurt himself there. Was that a poke in the eye? I hope not. But he's going to go again at ground level, gets the tap away. That was clever to Stainthorpe with what little Frawley had to work with in that situation, but Stainthorpe ended up tackled. East Ringwood fighting hard here. Sends it on the boot. Down the line we go. No mark taken by Seymour. Yes, oh, just about. Or the free kick. Was he taken high? McRae tried to play on, but it's going to be brought back to Seymour. Man on the mark is about 51 metres out. Seymour sees an option he likes in the pocket. It's McRae again. Just kicked it over the top there, and Will McRae is going to run back. He knows that time is perhaps against their side. He's kicked a goal in the second quarter, has Will McRae. 22 goals for the year, 23 now, of course. And this could be the most important one for his side. This to cut the lead back to 2 points. Or will the kicking woes continue for the Roos? It's on its way. Oh, it's just been pushed across the face once again. And East Ringwood 4-16-40 to Rowville 7-5-47. 7-point lead, 16.5 minutes gone. Very little time left in this reserves grand final, and the kick-in will be affected by Cronin.
Gee, just looked good off the boot, didn't it, for a second there, but just pulled wide and just shooting themselves in the foot here at the Roos. They've just not been good enough in front of goal. 4-16 is a telling tale as the Hawks have just managed to work it forward. Love a boundary throw-in. As the Rucks will go at it now. Lockman against Llewellyn. This time it's Lockman that wins out. Frawley in pursuit. Ended up turning tackler as he got to the ball second, and we'll have another boundary throw-in. Tell you what, Jared, it will definitely be tough to pick the best on ground medal for this one at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
There's been a few key contributors, but I don't think anyone has really stepped up throughout all 4 quarters at this stage. But of course, there's still time as there's 17.5 played in this 4th term. It's still the Hawks by 7 points. East Ringwood looking for back-to-back premierships. Rowville looking to right the wrongs of last season where they fell short in the prelim. But the Hawks will just soak up as much time as they can here. Of course, there will be time on, though. As the Rucks go at it, Lockman look to grab it out of the ruck, just fresh air at the ball. They'll send it forward now with the Roos playing in front. Did he take the mark? No, it was stolen from him at the last minute by his own teammate. Gleason gets a handball off. Now it's repelled by Phipps. Phipps has a lot of work to do. Still with the ball, East Ringwood check side, left foot snap. And for those of you that are playing at home, yep, another behind, you're right. Ding, 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 correct answer. 4-17-41. It's almost anti-football at this stage from East Ringwood. It's just 4 goals from 21 scoring shots. Sound like broken down records here, Joey.
I know, it's unbelievable. And again, Kaya Cronin will take the kick in. For perhaps the 17th time. Maybe he's been relieved on an occasion or two, but he sent it to the flank. Fighting for it is Frawley, wrapped up in the Fitzgerald tackle. And the umpire says that this one is mine. So they're going to have to win this clearance, Rowville, to gain a bit of territory. Will East Ringwood send it back? Not through that, as Corfee laid the tackle on Matthews. A goal here would tie things up and potentially send us to extra time, which will play some sort of chaos with the timing of the senior men's grand final, of course, but this game needs a winner. Up they go with Weir in the ruck to Rowville, trying to spit it out, but Flakemore happy to see it over the boundary line as the contest shifts towards Rowville's goal just a bit. We are about to tick into time on. East Ringwood desperately searching for a goal. Duffy gets the handball out to Corfee on the outer side, manages to find his boot. Down the line it goes, off the chest of an East Ringwood player. Now Rowville get it inside forward 50. It's a completely open forward line. It's going to trickle over the boundary line. And that is an important territory battle win for the Hawks. Just to keep it away from East Ringwood's goal. To soak up the time and to stop any opportunities that East Ringwood could get to get back in front. Llewellyn just tapped it right down to his opponent outside of the right check side, but it's gone over the boundary line. That'll be thrown back in.
Well, even a points massive at this stage, isn't it, Jared? It pushes it out, back out to 2 kicks.
Any score, perhaps, from this contest will do for Rowville. Tapped behind Llewellyn. They fall on it. Duffy to Frawley in the clinches. Tackled, brought to ground. The Roos appeal. The umpire is not forthcoming, however. Ball up. Llewellyn. Oh, McRae through his boot at it. It's come to Duffy, however. Duffy again roved his own handball. Now to Corfei. His kick was smothered. Ends up in the hands of Mazurkovic. He was tackled. Strong stuff in the forward line. Great forward line pressure for the Hawks. That was well done by Brodie Hercus. Up goes Llewellyn. Tap went to Rowville. However, Crozier wrapped up. The Hawks lock it in. And these contests are just seeing the time leak away for East Ringwood. They're going to need a very fast transition to get it inside their forward line. Up we go again. Nearly over the boundary line again, stepping this way and that. That was skillful by Suleimani. The kick came into the pocket to Matthews. He's going to have to affect the switch very quickly. Just steps around one. Oh, he's got to go up the corridor. That was ambitious. And the siren's gone. The attack by East Ringwood came too late. And the Hawks have won the reserves grade premiership in the Premier Division.
Yes, it's true.
7-5-47 to 4-17, a 41 heartbreak at Bayswater Oval for East Ringwood. But the Hawks, they have achieved premiership glory. What a game it was. Their defence stood strong in the dying stages. They finally got the territory wins. And it's party time for Hawks. Players and fans alike. And there is the satisfaction you can see on your screen.
Well, we could have very easily been calling an East Ringwood win, couldn't we, Jared?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the situation is that he kicked well enough. 4-17.
We're from Rowville, yes, it's true.
47.
We're all teammates through and
That's
through.
what they say.
We're going to show them we're the best on the ground. We're going to show them that every game is in the bag. And when we run out on the ground, cause our hearts are big and sound, we will never let them down. Come on, Rowville, show them how.
The Premier Division Reserves Grand Final, walking out victors with the Premiership Cup, as I'm sure we'll have our post-match proceedings starting soon. We'll take you through our goal kickers before we sign off. For East Ringwood, it was 2 to Zachary Chilichekin, singles to Will McRae and Charlie Hewitson, where for the Rowville Hawks, it was singles across the board to Curtis Flakemore, Brodie Hercus, Jonty Duffy, Jake Edwards, Tate Scrivenos, Mitchell McCarthy, and Alex Frawley. Jared, thanks for joining me on this Reserves Grand Final, of course. I'm sure we both have a part to play in the senior men's one coming back up, but for now, well done.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure calling this one with you, Chris, and yeah, great win for Rowville. Bit of glory for the Hawks after a preliminary final loss against Blackburn last week. So great to see some silverware go down Rowville way.
Yes, indeed, and it's been Christopher Cordes here alongside Jared as well. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube screens for this Division or Premier Division Reserves Grand Final, I should say. Stay tuned soon for the post-match ceremonies, and then of course at 2:30 for the Senior Men's Grand Final. But for now, we're going to sign off from Bayswater Oval. It's Rowville, premiers of the Premier Division Reserves competition.
Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the Premier Division Reserves Grand Final presentations. A big commiserations to the East Ringwood Football Club. Shh. And a big congratulations to Rowville Football Club, our 2025 premiers. To start our presentations, I welcome to the stage board member Kathy White to present our best on ground and premiership medallions. Our best on ground from the Rowville Football Club, number 21, Thomas Lockman. We'll now start our medallion presentations. Number 1, Jai Clark. Number 5, Curtis Flakemore. Number 13, Brody Herkes. Number 16, Jonty Duffy. Back on stage, number 21, best on ground, Thomas Lockman. Number 24, Riley Link. Number 26, Jake Edwards. Number 32, Archie Stanthorpe. Number 36, Jake Phipps. Number 39, Oscar Stanthorpe. Number 40, Tate Scrivenos. Tate Scrivenos. Number 42, Mitchell McCarthy. Number 46, Adam Samani. Number 47, Jai Edwards. Number 48, Kaya Cronin. Number 49, Jack Weir. Number 52, Aaron Linton. Number 54, Lachlan Toomey. Number 55, Patrick Coffey. Number 56, Lockie McCarthy. Number 60, Riley Jago. Number 67, Alex Frawley. We'll now go through the support staff. Team manager, Jim Craig. The other team manager, Matt Blackman. The runner, Mackenzie Jago. Assistant coach, Chris Clark. I'll now ask the captains to come up. Number 29, Ryan Laffin. Stay on stage. Yep. Number 41, Mitchell Jago. And of course, your coach, Brendan Walsh.
All right, firstly, I'd just like to thank the EFL for a fantastic season, really well run, and today's a great spectacle, so thank you to the league. Secondly, to East Ringwood, commiserations today. You were a fantastic side all year, the benchmark all year. Beautifully run by Oz. No doubt you guys will be here again, fantastic club, so good luck again next year, so thanks for the day. And then lastly, to my boys and to the Rowville Footy Club, from our president, down, congratulations on our achievement today. And, we played 60 players throughout the year. So this is huge, and everyone's a part of it. And to our 24 today, congratulations, boys, well done. You've represented the club really, really well. So thank you very much.
I'll now ask Kathy White to present the Premiership Cup to the Rowville Football Club. Congratulations.
We're from Rowville, yes it's true. We're all teammates through and through. We're going to show them we're the best on the ground. We're going to show them that every game is in the bag. And when we run out on the ground, 'cause our hearts are big and sound, we will never let them down. Come on Rowville, show them how. We're from Rowville, yes it's true. We're all teammates through and through. We're going to show them we're the best on the ground. We're going to show them that every game is in the bag. And when we run out on the ground, 'cause our hearts are big and sound, we will never let them down. Come on Rowville, show them